Welcome, everybody, to my 100th episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. Alright. So, I've been trying to think, what can we do for my 100th episode of Empyrion? And you guys saw the little intro thing that I did going over my adventures. I just took a scene from every 5th episode and threw it together in a little montage for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you haven't watched all my episodes, go back and do that. You might enjoy something. But today we're going to do a little bit more reminiscing than that. I am going to actually return to Akua and go to some of the primary sites from this playthrough of Empyrion. Now, in order to do that, of course, I have to go into space. So, we're going to head back up to the orbital landing pad, and then I'm just going to leave the balloon hanging there in space, and I will take the orbital landing pad back to Akua, and we'll take the shuttle down, or maybe one of the mini-pods, and we will go over this season so far. So, I'll be right back with you guys once I'm on Akua. Alright, we're coming up on Akua now. I had to replace the landing gear on the shuttle because of one of the recent updates. They sort of oriented them upside down, like they reoriented them. So my landing gear was upside down. So I built this so I could make the thrusters. So let me go ahead and put this stuff back in here. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to take the mini pod down just because it's easier. And apparently when I had to redock the mini pod as well, which is why it's kind of skewed. Let's see, how much fuel do you have? Ah, you got plenty. I had to redock the mini pod as well. I'm probably gonna have to redock the things that I have back on Omicron as well. The 2 mini pods that I've got on the Last Hope as well as the Racer. But here we go, right down onto our old original base. This is where it all started on this playthrough. And there's the Onslaught, which was a failed capital vessel. And there goes the mini pod O, just falling right off. Let me dock this up here. The Onslaught wasn't fail. It didn't fail because it didn't do what it was supposed to, but it's just that it didn't do what it was supposed to. I thought it would, oh great, that one's stuck. That one's stuck as well. What about you? Are you stuck? No, you're not stuck. Okay. How about now? Are you stuck now? Yes. Looks like I'm going to have to do a little maintenance here because for some reason everything respawned. Like all the trees and everything. I mean, I have been gone a while. It may not come out. Alright, you can go away. There we go. And then You gonna go away with that, or do I have to get rid of that one as well? I have to get rid of that one as well. I'm gonna have to get rid of these over here too. I mean, I have been gone a while, so it's to be expected that I would have to do it. I mean, I've got 95 hours of power left here because the only thing this is doing is keeping the lights going. Can you disappear on me now, please? No? Dang it. Is there anything else in the area that I need to get rid of? Dang it! Anyway, so yeah, this is where it all began. There's the failed ship, the Onslaught. It's got a lot of weapons and everything, but it just didn't perform as expected. I expected it to be able to take out at least the turrets or a large portion of the enemy base, and it didn't, so... Okay, I don't know why that tree is still there. Maybe it'll disappear later. But in any case, we have over here our original base. Let's just turn you on real quick. Now, you don't have a lot of power in you. You got an hour left. That'll be enough for today. Let me just throw all that in there, and I'll just start these, make them back up. I'm not gonna have 50. There's our med thing there. Our kitchen with still got popcorn in it. Stale popcorn. Oh yeah. In here we've got the bathroom that we had done. This was our first attempt to make a home look extremely homely on this playthrough, and I mean, it wasn't really a failure. It was okay. And of course over here we've got our garden, which I'm surprised not everything has died here. And then we have the basement. Down here you've got our little basement that we got here with its concrete floor and the O2 station and all that stuff. And we got the dock out back with the pickup truck still sitting here. And it's still nice and shiny. It hasn't rusted. Good. It's made with hardened steel, and it's got, well, it's a pickup truck. A hover pickup truck anyway. So let's take the hover truck out. Let's make sure it's gassed up. Does it have enough fuel? It's got a little bit of fuel left in it. Let's throw some hydrogen in it just in case. And does it have any O2 so that I don't suffocate in there? Oh, I can take my helmet off. Yes, it's got plenty of O2. All right. Which reminds me, I'm going to need to refill my oxygen soon. All right. It's been a while since I've taken this thing out for a spin. Woo! Let's use the hover vessel to travel on up to our other base, the one up north. Well, first, there's one thing that I wanted to do. We took out a Epsilon Fortress over this way. That was our first POI that we ever took out. So let's pay that a visit since it's nearby. Over here somewhere, right there, is a tunnel that I drilled. This was the second tunnel that I drilled. The first one was on a previous server. But this one was just big enough to fit the truck through. Now, I didn't drill it for that purpose because it led straight to a mine here. Can I get out? Can I get out? Yes, I can get out. All right. But I drilled it straight to that mine, but it just happened to be just the right size to fit the pickup through. Now, right over here, we've got our underground bunker that we built as our first raid base. As you can see, it's UB1. It's not powered on, so the turret hasn't been firing at anything, but there's no drones in the area anyway. Let's take a look at it real quick. I just turned you off. Why are you... No, I just turned the lights off. That was... I'm like, what? Okay, there we go. All right. A little dark over here. So... Huh, is the entrance... Ah, the entrance is over here. Some of you may not remember me building this, but I built this. This was the first POI that I built. It's actually got some fuel in it. So come on down into here. And we've got the med station. We've got a single thing that's actually loaded up with ammunition. Wow. Give me this. Give me that. Give me those. And it's got some hydrogen fuel in it. I'll just leave the hydrogen fuel in it. But I built this. This was my first raid base. And I put this on the Steam Workshop. But unfortunately, you can't actually place things underground like this, so it's kind of a useless, blueprint. But I'm leaving it there just, you know, for reasons. And then over there is the Epsilon Fortress. That is our first POI that we ever took out. And to get to it, I actually walked over to here and up this hill and stood right up here on top shooting at it. As you can see, there's some impact craters from when I got shot at it, and I think I died like 5 times, but I died a couple of times at least. That's why I had the raid base there. Can I turn around, please? Thank you. And then we ended up taking a shuttle and using a shuttle for kamikaze missions. We had like two mini pod things over here that I brought over here. The first one I brought over here and it just got shot out of the sky and blasted to bits. And the second one I brought over here actually succeeded because I crash landed it right here underneath this turret. And I was able to get out and raid the place. The entrance is way over here. Now this was an Epsilon Fortress Mark 1. I'm currently living in an Epsilon Fortress Mark 2, which the only difference that I saw between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 is that the Mark 2 had more glass things and I think it was a little bit larger areas. Instead of just coming straight up to this, it had rooms rather than like that. But I took all the stuff out of this that you needed. I actually broke in through this glass up here because this area over here was, I don't remember why it wasn't accessible or something. I think that at the time it wasn't entrenched like this. When they did an update, they updated it so that it entrenched, but the ground was right here and covered this entire area right here. So it covered up the door and I couldn't see the door. So I came up and broke in through the glass right here And well, as you can see, drones were not nice to me. They blasted holes everywhere up here as I was trying to make my way in and everything. But eventually, I got the drones taken care of. I got the POI completely taken care of, and we were good with that. And I'll always have fond memories of this POI specifically because it was my first POI that I ever took out. Oh, and here's this guy still wandering around. This guy was here when I first took out the POI, and I decided not to kill him and to let him be, and he's, you know, quite peaceful right there. So now it's not the first POI that I took stuff from. That was on a different server, and that was just a Talon Guardian temple. I just went around and stole the stuff out of it, and they didn't attack, so I didn't bother killing any of them. But this is the first one that I actually raided and had to actually work for. So it's always going to have a nice place in my heart. So, alright, I'm going to head back up to my mine home up here, which is the first major POI I ever took out. And I'll be back once I get up to the mine. Alright, and we're coming up on the mine here. And am I stuck in a tree? Not yet. But for some reason, my hover vessel is stuck sideways. Behave, hover vessel. Behave. Alright, now, this entire area didn't used to be forest when... Alright, shut off. I'm getting tired of you doing weird things. Okay. Back on and flip right. Okay. When I first came here, this was actually a plains. And like when I first started, the area where I have my house out near the lake, that was actually forest. And one of the updates that they did, I'm stuck in the wall now, one of the updates that they did a while back altered, I don't know why my hover vessel is misbehaving like it is. It altered the terrains. And it made it so that what was forest became plains, and what was plains became forest. And so this entire area overgrew, like grew up overnight. And so I had to deforest the area here where the mine is. And let me just get up on the wall and turn this off. Alright, I'm just going to land right here. And we're going to come in through the front door. Power is still on. Alright. And here is my home. I've got a turret up there. It's a plasma turret. But it wasn't doing anything because I noticed that before, this is set to public when you first take the thing. And I think they changed that. And of course, as always in the mine, my FPS is going down when the lights are on, so I'm just going to turn them off real quick. But the turret, it was shooting at my capital vessel, the Last Hope, which I'm surprised this place didn't overgrow. The place over the other thing did, but this hasn't regrown, which is nice. I guess it's because, well, that one was on too. I don't know, but this is the Last Hope's landing pad back here where I landed when I come to Akua with it. And I've made this place into a home after taking it out. I turned this into an armory, and then I put an elevator here that goes all the way down to the bottom, which is my usual primary mode of going up and down. But I'm going to take you through the mine in a standard pattern, and this grass, they got it so this grass doesn't actually appear anymore, but only in new games. So it actually eliminates the grass from the POI areas. But as you can see, I turned this area into a cargo bay holding facility with a little shuttle pad. It's like a loading bay. I added a door there and split that room into 2 separate rooms, a med bay and then an access to the engineering. And then over here, I turned this area into my home. You've got the kitchen right here. You've got the living room. And then over here, you've got crew quarters, which, of course, I don't have a crew. And then my private quarters here with access to a bathroom. And I remember, like, this is probably my favorite POI of all time because it was the first one that I actually turned into a home. And I remember coming through and taking out everything and the just everything that I did to change it from an alien POI to my home. I mean, I updated lots of things. I added an extra generator here. I mean, and this was my home for quite a while because when I turned it to my home, I used it as my base of operations on Akua for going from POI to POI. And before I had the idea of just using the ships to go and take out, using light vessels to take out the turrets on POIs, it was quite a challenge coming down and going to each POI and shooting out the turrets with the sniper, which I found in this thing, this epic sniper right here, I found behind this grate over here. Back over here where that where this is, and I left the container and threw some gold coins in it just as a, hey look, you know, it's my secret stash. But yeah, this container right here is where I found this epic sniper. And I will always have fond memories of this place, of this planet, this instance of it. This seed is my home. I took out the core over here and threw a constructor here and added access to the lower level over here just through this. And normally you'd come down here and then you'd go this way and all around. Well, I took out this wall so you can have quick access to this room, which I'm not using for anything, but I'm turning this entire area, I'm going to try to turn it, was going to try to turn it into a special, you know, living quarters area with, you know, beds and bunks and TVs and everything. But I did turn this area down here into my garden. And this is where I first started making Ratatouille, was using this garden down here. I was making other things as well, but I decided to use that to make Ratatouille. And as you can see, that door just leads right into this room, and that elevator goes straight up from here to the next level, all the way up to the top. Now, up at the top, it comes out here, where I've got the turret up here, but I have this extra secret tunnelway here, which it was a use in case of emergency type thing, and it goes all throughout the base through the behind areas of everything. You know, you see the entranceway here as you come past here. And it's got a little extra hidey hole here with a toilet and a bed and a little light. So in case anybody raids my base, which of course single player nobody can, but you're thinking of backup plans and everything, that's what I do. I like adding secret things into bases. Nobody would know this was here unless they went looking for it or unless they decided to explore every inch of this place. And it's like a secret crawl space in the back, and it leads all the way down to this room here, which, as I said, I'm using for nothing. So if somebody did take over the base up there, I could use this area to hide out and take it back. I mean, use it to hide so they don't find me, and when I can go around, find where they placed the core and take it out and take it back for me. Of course, I placed my core in a very unstrategic location all the way up the top. Why am I coming into something? I could just use the elevator thing. Why am I being a noob? Going all the way up. I can just use my elevator shaft and go up right here. But I've got I put the core right out back here because I thought this looked pretty awesome with changing those out for generators. I changed those little tubes out for generators and these tubes out for generators and a fuel tank. And I also put an entrance up front right here, which leads down to... You can come out this way and exit here, or you can come all the way down to the bottom here and exit back into this room. And that's my home. This place is my home. As you can see, I also put this little thing here, so if you have a light vessel, you can just use this as a ramp to get up into space, you know, to get out. And if you're on foot, you can just come out this way. But I mean, I've got so many memories of this planet and of this POI specifically that, I mean, this is my home. And that's why in other places, like in the multiplayer game, I want to make the mine our base of operations on Akua when we go down there. And it's really nice for me to be able to go and do that on multiple instances and bring you guys along for the ride. I mean, I really enjoy YouTubing, and I'm glad that I've had this chance to do it, and I plan on keeping on doing it for a long time. I just, you know, hope I can get the finances to actually keep that up. Unfortunately, I am currently out of a job, looking for a job, but that's the main reason why I've been able to do so many videos the past couple of months, is because I don't have a job. But once I do get a job, I will probably have to cut back on my videos. I'll still do a daily Empyrion, but until I can get set up where I don't need a job, which will be a while, I'll have to rely on other sources of funding to keep up my my daily life and to be able to bring you guys Empyrion and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy watching these videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of where it began on this season of Empyrion. And that's going to be it for this episode. I think it's gone a little bit longer than I would like, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed filming it, and I really enjoyed making the intro montage, just looking back at everything that I've done so far in Empyrion. If you guys enjoyed this, please hit that like button for me. It helps out my channel quite a bit, more than you realize. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm KnowItAllDM, and if I can get to the top of the hill, I can do a really awesome... come on, up to the top of the hill. And there we are. Y'all have a good day now.